Hi, I'm Rachel,
And I'm Eric,
and
and
we
we
gotta
gotta
eat
eat
them
them
all.
all.
So today we are cooking Rattata. Rattata is a forest creature.
Yeah, mostly in the forest. A bit of a pest. They like to steal from people. We have lots of things that they like. This one is domesticated. I do not recommend eating a wild one. They tend to have diseases.
So I don't know, in my mind, I really think that Rattata should be eaten on a stick. So today we're doing Rattata Kabobs. So we're just gonna get these cut up and thrown into a marinade. So now you can see we have our Rattata all cut up into small cubes ready for a kebab. But first things first, we want to marinate this. Now, personally, I don't think a marinade is able to penetrate into your meat to flavor it, but it does give a nice flavor on the outside. And since these are small bits, that will really help bump up some flavor on that meat itself. So today our marinade consists of olive oil. You can use any kind of oil for this. We do tend to stick to olive oil in our house in general, though. Worcestershire sauce. We have some soy sauce. We use low sodium, but feel free to use full salt if you prefer. A little apple cider vinegar gives it a nice tang and will help it to tenderize that meat just a little bit. And some honey. This is a hot honey. We have garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic if you like. The recipe for this calls for the powder, so that's what we used. And some onion powder. And finally, just to give a little extra kick, we have some chipotle seasoning. So mixed with that hot honey, that should give quite a bit of flavor to this.
Get some kick.
And finally, we're just going to go ahead and put our rattata meat in there. And seal that up.
Okay, yeah.
You want to try to get as much air out of that as you possibly can. You want that marinade to really soak in to those meat pieces. If you have like a vacuum sealer, that would work awesome for this. And then give it good mix. Yeah, you can see those pieces kind of get stuck in there. That means we got a lot of that air out. So you can marinate for as long as you like, at least an hour, preferably closer to 8, but 12 to 24 hours is also perfectly acceptable. The longer it marinates, the more that flavor is going to settle into that meat, and the more the chance that apple cider vinegar has to tenderize that meat, depending on what cut of your rattata you're using. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw this in the fridge until we're ready to cook it up. So now that our rattata meat has marinated for a couple of hours, we've got a whole array of other vegetables ready to skewer onto kebabs, and we have soaked our kebab sticks. So it's really important if you're cooking these on a grill and even in the oven, which is what we're going to do today, that you soak your sticks if you're using wooden skewers because they will start on fire. It's wood. So if you have metal ones, those are super handy, but we did soak these even though we're going to do it in the oven. So, and then you're just going to put it on there and alternate however you like. So I'm going to start with some of this rattata meat. Here, do you want to do your own?
I do.
Okay.
I will also start with rattata meat.
And I know potatoes aren't like a traditional for a kebab, but I found these little ones and I thought they were super cute. And I think they'll cook up at the same time. So we're going to get those on there too. I like potatoes and I love mushrooms. So we have whole mushrooms for that. We have red onion, very traditional for a kebab. I personally don't love onions, and also bell peppers. Red and yellow bell peppers are more traditional, but I have another meal I'm making later this week with green bell peppers. I am not personally going to be having any of that, but other people in the house might enjoy that. And then, of course, we have zucchini and yellow squash, super average for a kebab. So I have a ton of veg on there. You probably should shoot for about 4 to 5 pieces of meat per kebab, but whatever works best for you. Kebabs are super personalized, and we're going to let the family skewer up their own here as soon as we're done with ours.
I like onions. Let's see.
And
Piece of meat.
Okay.
That's probably good.
I like mine.
Yeah, I think mine too. All right. Here they are.
So like I said, kebabs usually are done on a grill. We don't grill a lot in this house, but you can do them in the oven. And I do like that. It's just easier, easy cleanup. So 350, probably about 15 to 20 minutes should get that rattata pretty well cooked up and soften all those veggies. So in it goes. To go with our Rattata Kabobs today, we're doing a side dish of a couscous. I just thought it'd be really nice. I feel like couscous is a really traditional thing to serve with kebabs. And I mean, really, couscous, the food's so nice, they named it twice. I have a whole wheat couscous. This is actually really hard to find. My stepmom gets it for me sometimes, which is really awesome. And then you'll want a cup of broth. We're using beef since the rattata is a red meat. I decided to go with a beef broth. And then just to kind of punch up the flavors on this, we're going to use some lemon juice. This is fresh lemon juice. I just squeezed it. And of course, a nice good dose of salt. That'll help bring out those other flavors in there. And then I have this cracked pepper that we're going to throw in there. And then, of course, we'll want some butter. And this little dish is really cool. It's a microwave dish that's meant for things like rice and grains, and it cooks up your stuff in the microwave really easily. So it only takes about 3.5 minutes. We'll get that in there. So our couscous is already done. We're going to go ahead and get that into a separate bowl. Now it's been all fluffed, and we're going to add some parsley to this. It's a little punch of flavor to go with it. Everything's out of the oven and ready to go. So let's plate up and see how this turned out.
Alrighty.
We got some of this delicious looking couscous. I already sampled it. It's really good. Oh, will you grab me a fork?
I suppose.
And I need to figure out which one of these is mine. So I know I didn't put any onion or bell peppers on mine. So it looks like this is one that I created. And I'm going to pull some of my noms off of here. Why don't you find one of yours?
This one right here.
Nice and juicy. That rattata is nice and tender.
I want to get the rattata.
The couscous came out great. I love the lemon that we added to that. I don't recommend potatoes. They're still pretty crisp. They don't cook up fast enough. Or if you do them, pre-cook them.
Rattata meat's pretty dang good.
I'm
surprised.
You can taste that marinade on the outside. Again, really don't recommend harvesting your own rattata. If they're coming from your garage or out in the fields.
Who knows what they have?
So definitely pick it up from your local butcher. You can find it occasionally, or just ask. We love visiting our farmers market, getting to know our vendors. It really helps out a lot.
Oh, I need to try the couscous. Oh, that is really good. Good side for this.
Absolutely. Join us next week when we're going to be cooking up Spiro. Thanks.
Hey, hon. Remember when I put mouse traps out in the garage to deal with the pests out there?
Yeah.
Look what I got.
We're going to need a bigger mouse trap.